Hi everybody, it's me, Teresa Perrin, and I want to discuss Blue Apron with you, ticker APRN, because their largest investor, Joseph Sanberg, just purchased the first $1 million of his $55 million commitment to Blue Apron at $5.65 a share. Guys, this is trading at 70 something cents right now. So the fact that he's buying at $5.65 ought to be screaming to you that this stock is highly undervalued. Not to mention, has extremely high short interest. So anyways, let's get started. Please remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Always do your own DD. I do have a long position in APRN that I have had for a while now. All right, guys, my average right now on Blue Apron is currently at 82 cents because I added to it today to bring the price down. However, I am currently considered a bag holder, but I personally don't think of it that way because I think that it is very undervalued at this price, and I will likely continue to be buying more as long as it stays under $1, maybe even under $2. But there's just so many good deals in the market right now, guys. It makes it really hard for me to pick and choose what I want to invest in. But I really like Blue Apron, just mainly because I think that the opportunity exists right now at $1 to easily 5x my money, likely in the next year. Although I don't have a specific time frame set in mind or a price range of how I'm going to hold, I'm just going to see how it plays out. But anyways, guys, the free float is very small in this stock. It's only 13.05 million. There are 39.58 million shares outstanding, but the majority of them belong to Joseph Sanberg. And guys, clearly if he's buying at $5.65, he's not selling. And in fact, he even has made a hint of taking this company private in the past. So I wouldn't be shocked if someday he decides to do that. Heads up. So the 52-week low is at 61 cents and the 52-week high is $9.21. Today's turnover, well, it says turnover 0.00, but the percentage of the turnover, it says is 46.64%. So a little strange there. Most of the people that I know that own Blue Apron hold it, so I'm thinking this is the average turnover, but today likely the turnover was 46.64% because there was likely a lot of day traders that were in and out of it, which is why you saw the price spike and then drop back down. The volume was 1.5 times the entire free float at 18.46 million shares traded. And as you can see, it didn't move it all that much, respectively, given the fact that the entire float was traded 1.5 times, right? Kind of has to make you wonder. Anyways, 3 analysts have ranked this so far, and they give it a hold. One gives it a buy, and the other 2 give it a hold for a low price target of $2, a high price target of $7, and an average of $4.66. Guys, like I said, currently it's trading at 72.5 cents. So even if it were to go on the low side at $2, we would almost 3x our money at this price, right? So hence why I am bullish. At any rate, I do only have a small position in this company, just an FYI. Shareholders. 19.57% are institutions, corporate, which would be where Joseph Sanberg would fall under. And if you look it up, you'll notice that it's under a bunch of different entities, all owned by him. Is 54.04% of the breakdown. Insiders, 12.98%, and others, which would be like you and I and other retail investors, are only 13.42%. One of the reasons I really like this company, guys. Seems that plays that retail gets heavily involved with gets tanked down pretty darn badly lately, doesn't it? At any rate, Why is Blue Apron up 10% today? It's because Blue Apron received 1 million of the private placement obligation of, it's 56.5 million, not 55 million. So 1 million of the 56.5 million, in exchange for which the company will issue Joseph Sanberg 176,991 shares of Class A common stock at a price of $5.65 per share. Guys, imagine that. He's paying basically like 7 times what the stock is currently valued, more than 7 times, almost 8 times what the stock is currently valued at. Actually, it is about 8 times what the stock is currently valued at. Kind of crazy, isn't it? But clearly, he believes in this company and thinks that it is very undervalued. According to Blue Apron, Sanberg and his affiliates are still committed to funding the remainder of the private placement obligation, currently $55.5 million at $5.65 per share. Blue Apron has issued no further statements on its plans for growth as the company moves forward. Now, guys, with that cash, should bring a lot of opportunity for Blue Apron. And like I said, I would not be shocked if sometime in the very near future, Joseph Sanberg decides to take Blue Apron private, because it honestly may be in his best interest, while the market is so beat up, to just own this company outright. Honestly, if he stays in the market, they're likely going to keep tanking his stock more, except for when they can get it to run under the current situation. I'm just being perfectly honest. If I were him, I would definitely be taking it private. But guys, if he does, maybe we get $5.65 per share. So I'm not complaining. At any rate, we currently have a short interest of 46.56% with 1.54 days to cover. Now, mind you guys, the fact that the majority of these shares are owned by Joseph Sanberg, who is not going to sell, and the amount that they've shorted this stock, can you imagine if this were to start running? It could go crazy. There are currently 35,000 shares that appeared somewhere after hours for them to short with. GF3 override come to mind, because earlier today on 2 separate occasions, we were down to 0 shares. And currently without short interest, I'm willing to bet that these are all naked shorts. Allegedly, supposedly, no one wants to get sued, but come on guys, you've been in this market long enough if you're watching this channel to know exactly what I'm talking about. And currently, the cost to borrow, if you are crazy enough to try to short the stock at this point, which clearly somebody is because there was a lot of shorting today, 20.42% is the cost to borrow right now. And guys, unfortunately, failure to delivers do not come into place with this stock at the moment. However, if momentum starts coming in, it very likely could in the near future. So I will be keeping an eye on this chart. We did just get this information today that dropped with these following 2 weeks. So we won't be getting another one for a couple of weeks, but I'll be curious to see what the stock does. And I thought that this was worth bringing to your attention because I could see Blue Apron having a nice run in its very near future. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you could smash that like button for me, as it helps with the